In this video, we're going to talk about range. So if you look at a number line, you start at 0 here, and then as you go to the right, the number would increase and increase. You get to a really big number, and if you go beyond that big number, you would head towards what we would call infinity. So this symbol here represents something that's really big. Infinity is not really a number, okay? And then if you start here, you go towards the left, you get to a really big number here. And then if you go beyond that big number, you will get towards minus infinity. Now, if you want to communicate a range, let's say if you want to communicate this range here, including the minus 3, all the way up to here, if you want to talk about this range here, you would use this symbol here, square bracket, minus 3. Now, the square bracket means, it means minus 3 and minus 3 or including minus 3. So yeah, you see what I mean later on. It can be minus 3 itself. Okay, it doesn't mean it has to be strictly less than minus 3. It can be the number minus 3 itself. So if you want to communicate this range here, you would do this, square bracket minus 3 comma and then infinity. Now, because infinity is not a number, we can't say at, or we can't say equal to infinity. So we have to use the curved bracket here. So it's saying that it has to be strictly less than infinity. Okay. So if you want to, let's say, communicate this range here, now it has to be. It cannot include 2 here. Okay. Let's say you want to communicate this range here. You would do this here. You need infinity, but you can't use the whenever you use infinity, you cannot use the square bracket. You have to use this because by you using the square bracket, you're saying it can be on infinity, but infinity is not a number, so you can't say on infinity. Well, anyway, you've got to use this here. And anytime you use infinity, you've got to use the curved bracket, comma, and then here the range here is, well, it cannot include the 2. Well, the 2 goes here. I cannot use this because by me using this squared one, I'm saying it can be the number 2 itself. So I have to use this. Okay. If you want to, let's say, if you want to talk about this range here, then you would write it like this, minus 3 comma 1. Okay. If you want to use this range here, so here you can include the 3 itself. Here you cannot include the minus 2. So to communicate this range here, you would do this. Oh, you would not use this. You would use this, minus 2 comma 3 and then this. Okay. If you want to use the whole thing, well, if you want to use the whole thing here, then the way you communicate this would not be this. It would be this. It would be minus infinity, comma, infinity, and then this. Okay. Well, let me give you some examples here. Looking at this function here, f of x equals x squared plus 2. You see this number, the lowest possible number this could be is 2. So here the range is from 2, and it can include the 2 itself, all the way to infinity. So here if you want to talk about the range, you would say the range is this, square bracket, comma, and then all the way to infinity. So here, so the range for this function here is given by this. Okay, let's say you've got this function here. Let's say this level here is, let's say 3, and this is negative 7. So let's say you've got a function here. Let's say z of x here. Okay, you've got this function here. Well, the range here would be minus 7 comma 3. Okay. Let's say you've got this function here. This function here, let's say, I don't know, w of x here. So here, let's say this is 3, this is minus 7, and this is, let's say, 6. Okay. The range here would be, well, sorry, hang on. Let's say it's like this. Okay. The range here would be this whole thing here. Okay. So in this case, the range here would be it would be this -7, comma 6. Okay. Because you are allowed to have, well, a 5 is within the range of this function, because when you're here, there exists a value here where it will take you to 5. So 5 is within the range. Yeah, 5 is within the range, but the range here is given by this. Okay.